We explain the rise of the Middle Kingdom of Egypt. It's important to note here that the various periods of Egyptian history were defined by later historians in the 18th and 19th century to help better understand and classify the changes Egypt faced over its 30 centuries on Earth. What's historically known as the Middle Kingdom was labeled to mark the period after the collapse of the Old Kingdom and the First Intermediate Period, which was a time of instability or a dark age, from 2181 to 2055 BCE. There are many theories as to the reasons for the collapse of the Old Kingdom. The theories range from the overspending of taxes on the pyramids to the decentralization of power into the hands of regional governors known as nomarchs. The theories also include the increasing power of priests of Amun-Ra and a possible famine. The Middle Kingdom is also known as the Golden Age of Egypt. It followed the Intermediate Period, which saw the spreading of wealth to local governors and priests from the central treasury at the Old Kingdom capital of Memphis, which in turn created a larger group of upwardly mobile elite and powerful individual cities, and also a separation of Egyptian culture into regional interests. The new wealth and social status of the Intermediate Period fed into commissioned works of art, sculptures, buildings, and writings. Eventually, the city of Thebes conquered the other districts and then challenged the kings of Memphis. Finally, Mentuhotep II conquered the old kings and reunified at Thebes, the new capital. The reunification of Egypt into the Middle Kingdom led to a renewed focus on territorial and economic expansion for Egypt. Under Amenemhet and his dynasty, which ruled for 200 years, the military, which had been loyal to the local rulers during the Intermediate Period, were brought back under control of the monarchy. The role of the pharaoh was re-established as the god king and found deeper ties in the growing priest cults of Amun-Ra and Osiris, which led to the development of a series of intricate tomb complexes outside of Thebes. This Middle Kingdom pharaoh was also expected to provide for the people rather than themselves. The methods of mummification in Egypt led to a greater knowledge of anatomy and medicine that helped in treatments and fixing of broken bones. The expansion and division of land and the engineering of cities led to the new field of geometry. The Egyptians developed a calendar close to our own based on a 4-season, 3-month rotation of 360 days plus an extra 5. Writing increased under hieroglyphic images and later hieratic script that may have been influenced by a greater connection to Mesopotamia. The writings reflected more than government and pharaohs and emphasized religious works, recording stories, and also histories. These writings were preserved in carvings and also Egyptian papyrus. Egypt expanded into conquering Nubia to the south, making greater connections with the developing Minoan culture on Crete. The fall of the Middle Kingdom is attributed to a group called the Hyksos, which in itself was surrounded in controversy and possible historical mistruths. For centuries, it was believed that the Hyksos people invaded Egypt from Mesopotamia, riding into the delta with chariots and bronze weapons to crush Egypt and its dynasties. But recent evidence points to a different story.